minute here. But anyhow, VI Housing Finance Authority, we're talking about them just a moment ago for the pop-ups, right? Okay. Well, you know, one of the things that they're also involved in is contracts to persons who provide services that they need. And bidding on those contracts used to be one different thing, because, you know, it used to be about in person or putting a package together and send it in the mail and hope we get there by the deadline or whatever. But now they have a procurement portal, which is a fancy way of saying how you could submit your bids online. Yes, it's easier, it's faster, and definitely that's a better thing, right? Okay, so you a business in the Virgin Islands, that or whether an individual business or a multi-mega million corporation here in the Virgin Islands, and you want to provide services to the VI Housing Finance Authority, hey, just go to their websites, okay, vihfa.gov/procurement, and it's all there. vihfa.gov/procurement. It's all right there. And it's great to see more and more government agencies taking advantage of all that the internet has to offer in terms of people having access. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is that yes, it's good to have something online, but there's 3 words that they use here, and I said to all agencies, make sure when you put something online, it makes things easier, faster, and better, because the internet/technology should be about quality of life, not just to say that you somehow caught up with the times. Jared, you had something for me?
Yeah, most important, accessible for the blind.
Yep. Okay. Well, you know, Jared to do construction, okay? And VI Housing Finance Authority need construction. So we're going to check it out and make sure that he can submit his bid them online. Right? Good thing. All right. Yeah. Moving right along, I want to remind people about ANAPA USVI. Yes, a nonprofit organization here in the Virgin Islands that traditionally has worked with our young folks. And they are doing a movie called Through Their Eyes. And it's a youth-centered look at Virgin Islands history. Yes. And they have out a casting call, folks. Casting call. Yeah. You, students, can submit a 15 to 30-second video that tells why you should be chosen to act in this film. And you can email that video to ANATHA, ANATHA, casting, CASTING, call, CALL, at gmail.com. And I'm going to all these efforts to spell it out because I don't want our youth to miss this opportunity. Parents, you listening? Make sure you tell these children about it. Yes, they got flyers circulating in some of the schools. Free Will Baptist, Central High, Complex. You're interested in getting some of those flyers to pass around? Hey, get in touch with Doug Canton too. You know, he could help you out there because he's your Community Canada guy, right? Okay, I'll make sure you get one. All right, good thing. So, folks, remember our history through their eyes. You know, we talk about the youth, especially when they do something we call bad. We talk about them and talk about them. But they're doing so much good. So let's help them to give us something good to talk about. What the song said, let's give them something to talk about. Something that's good. Yes. Parents, jump out there and make sure you tell your child about this movie opportunity through their eyes. A youth-centered look at Virgin Islands history. Casting call is on. Hey, need more information? Just give us a call. 773-0390, 773-0490, and we could tell you a little bit based on what we have here. But they have their own phone number. I'm just saying that as in time is flying, and when it comes to these casting calls, you move quick because you don't want to hear, well, okay, we're looking for 50 students, but we got 200, so it's like you got to move quick, right? So if what Doug is telling you here isn't clear enough, or you need clarification beyond that, just give a call at 340-422-0124. Yeah. And I've met some of the people who are involved in this project, and I know some of the people who are involved in this project. And I'm going to tell you, it's dynamite young folks putting this together. So definitely get involved. All right. Yeah. Now, there's a club downtown, okay, called Levels. And I will talk about Levels a little bit, okay? Not for the fact that it's an entertainment place, okay? But that they very often try to channel their entertainment in a very proactive, educational, community development oriented way, okay? Now, yeah, y'all didn't know you used to do that? Well, I observed that, so, hey, take what dogs say, okay? Take that, as they say. That's 54B Company Street. Well, they've been having some events. Somebody know, that's where you've been hanging out?
No.
Mount Open Tory jump out?
No, you forget you give me the car?
Oh, my goodness. No, I hear people talking about they need to impose curfew because some people don't be walking too much. So anyhow, I just had to ask, right?
When you call the address, I know it was next to that store we went to visit.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. What was the name again? Something about love?
Just for love. That's it. Something so.
I telling you. So you see where he went. Just for love. Okay. Anyhow, but coming back to Levels, folks. They've been having some events there that are bringing together folks who make movies or interested in making movies or acting in movies or otherwise being participating in movies. Yes. And now I see they have a gathering of cultural creatives for the 16th. Yes. The 16th of September. So, great opportunity for networking and to meet other folks who are into various aspects of artistry, from movies to drawing arts to the dance, you name it, performing arts of any kind. Yeah. Check it out, folks. Check it out at Levels, September 16, 8 p.m. All right. Good thing. Tell them WSTX sent you, all right? Good thing. Yeah. Now, Jared, I know you like car. Okay? Folks don't know that, well, a lot of folks don't know that Jared used to have a car that could blow some doors off, and most of these drag racers, although a lot of them don't have doors. Yes. Okay. Well, anyhow, there's a jet car. Okay? That's launching Sunday, September 17th, down at Fort Frederick Beach. Now, this car is between car and jet ski.
Okay.
Yeah, the jet car is launching Sunday, September 17th, folks, down there at Fort Frederick Beach from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I will tell you this much. It ain't cheap. But if you're interested in that kind of a thrill, definitely you go down there the Sunday the 17th and check it out.
So now, they're taking passengers, or that's what it is?
Yeah, they're giving people a ride. I don't know if they're going to let them drive. No, you go check with them on that.
Yeah, I would like to drive it, you know?
All right.
Ain't got nothing all day to hit.
Oh, you sure no? Okay.
Except
tell the shark and wheel them to watch
well, they
out.
got the reef and stuff like that, man.
Okay.
No, but they
got a website.
Yeah, I go.
Let me get the website. Okay, www.viexoticwatersports.com. Yes, www.vi as in Virgin Islands, exotic as exotic watersports.com. All right? Yeah, come to the beach. Stay for the ride.
Yeah, I need to check that out.
Mm-hmm. All right, good
Yeah,
thing.
because that's unique.
All right.
When you said jet car, I'm like, okay,
Okay.
somebody got one of them. They're lucky I run on no track here.
Well, for the folks at UVI, right?
Mhm.
I'm presuming that it's UVI oriented, but hey, don't count yourself out. You can always check it out here. We got another casting call, Jared, for performing in a movie. Yes. All right. And they got parts in this movie from ages 18 through 55. Now I know 18 you gotta be legal. What happened? After 55 you're illegal?
I guess so. I don't know.
Only people up to 55 that go UVA?
Man. Well, you know, I could play a driver in one of the scenes. Then,
Uh-huh.
what do you think?
Well, Jerry, you know, try a thing. That's all I'm going to tell you. Try a thing. Yep.
Okay, it don't make sense for me to play the blind man.
Mm-hmm. No, it doesn't make sense for you to play the blind man. No, you go out there and show them your skills, man. You don't make the man who could see look smile. Okay?
Oh gosh.
All right. Anyhow,
So what kind of movie is this they're casting for?
well, I'm going to tell you a little bit about it. First of all, September 18th through the 21st, they're having auditions,
Mhm.
okay? And WJ Studios, I don't know where that is, it doesn't tell me. But for more information or to sign up, you can go to tinyurl.com, tinyurl.com /crawl casting. Crawl, C-R-A-W-L, the thing you did as a baby, the thing you do from bar to bar, crawl casting.
No,
Okay?
I used to drive from bar to bar. Well, crawling.
Oh Lordy be well. I guess depending on what they hit you with in the bar, some people end up crawling, okay? That's why they call it that, I guess. Okay? But yeah, it's just one of those things that I found very, very interesting. And they have the parts, let me see, they have the parts listed.
Mhm.
They've got Jada, who is between the ages of 20 and 28, who's feisty college junior. Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. All right. And I'm gonna give the whole description. A feisty college junior who is always the life of the party, has dreams of becoming a model. All right.
Mhm.
Then there's Shanique, who's between 18 and 21. Okay, and Shanique is a reserve college freshman, trying to live a more adventurous life. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sound like one of them things that mommy and daddy were holding the reins in too tight.
Yeah.
They get to college and they want to get away.
They want to boss out.
All right, then there's Brian, a charismatic college senior,
Mhm.
natural leader, but also, like somebody I know, a natural troublemaker.
Yeah, I could play he.
All right, and then there's Devon, ages 20 to 28, serious and direct college basketball player, determined to get the things he wants, no matter the means. Mm-hmm. All right.
Mhm.
Okay, there's determination, and then there's determination.
Yes.
That's Devon. Okay. Then you got Chris, who is ages 18 to 21, charming college junior, a ladies' man. Okay.
Mhm. You could play that one.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know about all of that. But thanks for the compliment. And then there's Jed, 18 to 26-year-old, former player, determined to stay faithful to his long-distance girlfriend. Mm-hmm. All right. No comments on that one?
I'm thinking of who I could say could play that one there.
All right. And then there is Shayla, who is 18 to 26. Sweet college sophomore. Her impulsiveness sometimes just get into problems. Hey.
I know hook up that one.
Okay, now here comes the age discrimination now. I glad I young, you know. Extras between 18 to 55. Okay? So you see, everybody above 28, you know, the only thing you could hope for is being an extra. Yes. College students / board members of, I guess, of the university. All right?
So you tell me an old man like...
That's what they're going to be acting as, okay?
So you tell me an old man like me now could just be on the side there, you know, walking down because me 18 to 28.
Sitting down by the cafeteria playing chess.
Yeah.
They're on your phone, you know, checking the latest dating apps or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how you could do it. Hey, okay. Anyhow, but I'm just glad that they're doing this anyhow. Folks, I was talking about the characters in this movie that they're doing a casting call for. Are you interested? Just go online to tinyurl.com/crawl casting. CRAWL. Yes, the things babies do and the things some people do from bar to bar. Crawl casting. All right. Good thing. You think I should move along now or what?
Yeah. I think so.
All right. Good thing.
You know, I got to be on my P's and Q's because somebody text me and say they're listening. So.
They're listening?
Yeah.
Somebody who could get your licks?
Nah, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No.
Okay, well, if you don't think so, then it must not be so. Okay, I gonna go with you know, you telling the truth. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. All right, Jared.
Talk to me.
I gonna do one here. Okay. Some people might say controversial. I ain't going there with them. Okay. And the reason why I ain't going there with them is because you know we want to be how we want to be sometimes, right? Okay. And me doing that with them because we watch all of these movies on TV. And one in particular sticks out is Miss Doubtfire.
Yes, I remember that.
Okay, all right. So we have Miss Doubtfire out there and everybody watching it. People letting the children watch it like it's nothing and everything else, right? I know what they think they're going to do now. If they're going to feel that somehow or the other they have to how should I put it? Change up their whole life and their outlook on life because, well, the world has changed. Yeah, the world has changed in many different ways. Okay?
Right.
So, you have King Kong for plenty. They'll get on the stage and he could play a woman. Right?
Yeah.
You got Generic. Get on the stage and Lord Harry the judge, I ain't understand why he ain't get a Oscar for how he played Chucky.
Oh Jesus. I ain't going there with you.
You ain't going there with me?
I got money for that bus.
Anyhow, beachside cafe at Sandcastle on the beach, right? They're having a brunch and drag show, right? Hosted by Liquor Mini, starring the Fly Queens. Okay? They got Penelope and Mercury Rising. Okay? In addition to Liquor Mini. All right? And who got what they want to say, let it say what they want to say. But when your child were there watching Miss Doubtfire, okay?
But wait.
And when you had drag your children them down
Hold on there.
when you had drag your children them down to Island Center when Generico going on bad playing Chucky, everybody were laughing and chuckling, right?
But wait, you talk about Mrs. Doubtfire? What about Tyler Perry?
Oh my goodness! How could I forget him?
And Medea.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
A man in a dress.
All of a sudden,
You understand?
You know what the guy said, right?
What?
Monday, I got a prostate.
Well, hey, listen. I'll tell you this. I'm a wrestling fan. And they have a wrestler, a woman. Well, what I thought was a woman wrestler named Asuka.
Oh yeah,
Asuka, from Japan. She got prostate. She did the full transformation. Okay. She changed from a man into a woman. And she wrestles as a female wrestler. Okay? So, you know what I mean? It is out there. It is out there. My thing is, in life, you do you. What you want to do is up to you. It's not for me to judge. It's not for nobody to judge, but the man above at the end of the day.
Well, I guess that's what it should be. That's what it should be. But I just went down a road because I just know there are those people who are going to have something to say.
But they will because they complain about the Pride Parade that they have here once a year. Yeah, they complain about that. I remember the first year they had it in Frederickstead Town. Them guys in the corner by the fish market was about almost to the point where they want to kill somebody.
But see, the thing is here, right? The thing is where your discussion is going now is directly to LGBTQ. Okay? And I am saying you ain't got to reach there. Okay? Because for all I know, King Kong for plenty just like to do what he like to do on the stage.
But
and Generic like to do what he do on the stage.
There's those that do that.
And you know,
but there's small-minded people that will try to class all of them.
Start calling people name no.
Well, anyhow, I can't say no other way.
I see the phone was ringing, so I know if we touch on somebody. I'll see if I get a call here or whatever.
That will try to class people under the same umbrella.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Instead of broadening their mind.
Yeah. Well,
because I know there's people that do drag and they have nothing to do with none of that. They just like dressing up as women.
Yeah.
You know? Okay. So, hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is. And, you know,
do you.
The show goes on.
Yes.
The show goes on.
And a lot of people like to go and watch it because they enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
They enjoy it. I got a friend in New York. One of their favorite pastime is go watching the Pride Parade in New York.
Okay.
And they have nothing to do with that.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying. I'm not even really going down that road.
I'm just saying that there's people that look at these things and they have no affiliation, but it's just something that they go and they partake in. You know.
Quite frankly, as far as LGBTQ, that's between them and God. People, human beings, all are, entitled to life and to enjoy life, and of course not to impinge on other people's life in the process.
Exactly.
But it got those people who want to say your mere existence is an impingement. It don't work that way. It don't work that way.
I don't care.
It's just like the guy next door, Yeah. I know you like to jam your music, but you have your neighbors, and yes, you could blow away everybody in a 3 mile circumference of your house, but you don't do that. Yes.
Don't tell nobody.
DJ Visionary. All right. Good thing. All right. Well, let's move on and talk about some of the other things here. But anyhow, that show is going on September 23rd and 24th, and there are 2 show times each day from 10 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. And there's seatings there at $30 for brunch and the show. Okay, so food and a show. Anyhow, it's here.
That's expensive.
Huh?
That's expensive.
That's expensive. Hey,
I hope the food good.
Well, and that the entertainment is good too.
Yeah,
okay?
I more talk about the food.
You're sounding like another person that'll be in this studio from time to time.
No, I can't see the entertainment, so that's what I say.
Wait, no, okay. That's what we gotta do. We gotta teach. We gotta tell them to figure out a way how to turn drag into something that's going to come across on a gadget that tell you exactly what is in front of you.
Well, it would have to have someone to describe.
Exactly.
You know, a description of this. Well, you know, come to think about it, CNAI on my phone have a scene description. So I could probably try to see if it will open it up and point and see what it tells me about.
Okay, well let me see. Maybe we could get in touch with Liquor Mini or Penelope or Mercury Rising, and maybe one of them will make a special accommodation for you to say that you can come and you know, on their dime and check out your app. What do you say?
I could check it out in other means.
All right.
But you know,
good thing. Anyhow,
they want their money.
As far as I'm concerned, what they're talking about is all fun. And
but they want their money. They and let me come for free.
You never know. See, now there you go discounting yourself. Okay.
Mean discounting?
There you go discounting yourself.
Yeah, well, people say $30 per person.
All right. There's places you've been that it'll charge money and you got in for free. Don't even come with that. Okay.
Because they see the stick.
So you're telling me that, you know, Penelope and them blind, they ain't gonna see the stick?
Probably.
All right, moving right along, folks. Celebrate Worldwide Day of Play with the Children's Museum of St. Croix. Well, I'm going to tell you, for me as a child, Worldwide Day of Play was every day. Yeah, leave it to me. And last I hear, you know, that's more pervasive than anything pandemic. Is the children love to play. That's a great thing. So that's September 30th, okay, and it's by the Children's Museum of St. Croix, okay, and that's going to be at Fort Frederick in Frederickstead. Yep, only Fort Frederick I know of is in Frederickstead. You got Christian and Christianstead. Anyhow, so I guess there's something to the name, right? Frederick and Frederickstead and Christian and Christianstead. Anyhow, for those of you who didn't quite put it together yet, I just love having fun with this stuff. Anyhow, it's going to be for 5 hours, okay? So when you show up there at 10 a.m., you can count on children playing at least till 3 and bawling when you said it's time to go home at 3. So we want an encore. We want some more playtime. Jared, I mean, there's a thing, you know.
What?
You take your child to the park. Go to the park. And one time come to go, they kicking and carrying on and bawling and all this.
You gotta pick them up and throw you over the shoulder and stick them in the car. Yeah, I done been there, done that. I know what time it is.
Oh yes. Memories.
Been there, done that. My toddlers
okay, we look like our guest is here. Yeah.
Turn them loose in the park and there's trouble.
All right, good thing. This guy coming in our studio here now. I think he coming to us, but he missing something. Where are the sacks? Have a seat, man. Have a seat. Right there, that's good.
You missing the sacks?
We're gonna get you hooked up with a microphone here in a minute. Yeah. But
so
when Josh first told me, I said, you know, before I could say it, he had hung up. I said, tell him to bring his sacks.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, man.
Hey, WSTX.
So
hey, we're game. We're game. We're game.
You came with all the sacks?
I had no clue. I came for one reason, and now I'm starting to see there's other.
No, you should have bring your sacks.
Yes.
And I normally don't leave home without it.
All right.
Be your American Express card.
All right. So, folks, we've got company here. We got company. As you can see, our company here. We've got Mr. Yoshia Daniel in the house. Okay, pull your chair just a little bit this way for me.
This way. Okay.
Good thing. That's great.
Don't tell me you got me on camera again.
Yes, I got you on camera. You're next to a celebrity, so don't complain. Okay? Don't complain. Yeah. Good thing. So, let me just finish up what I was doing here, and I'm coming to you in a quick minute. Okay, so folks, we're talking about the community calendar and what's going on, yes. And Mr. Daniels is part of our community calendar because he's got a book that's launching today.
Today.
That's right, that's right, that's
Right
right.
now, as we
Right on
speak.
time for our calendar.
Right as we speak.
All right, good thing. So, folks, I want to remind you about Sandals, Sunglasses, and Sunset. Yes, that's a YAG Breast Cancer Awareness Foundation and Caribbean Museum Center for the Arts teaming up. That's right, to put on this event. All right, and let me tell you something. When you get involved with something like this, what you're supporting is the fight against cancer. You're supporting the education about nutrition, the education, the war on sedentary behavior. Yep. I know you don't want to be drafted. You like your coach, right? Okay, I understand. But these folks are talking in the context of your health, all the people who love you and care about you and want you around to make sure that you don't open the door in any which way for cancer to creep in. All right? So, coming up September 30th, remember Sandals, Sunglasses, Sunset. All right. Yes, yes, yes. Now, I saw this last night, and I said I'm going to talk about it. It has a QR code on it, and it's on the internet, and it says we're looking for a few good mothers, and the theme is reclaiming our village. Yes, it is a march, and it's called the USVI Million Mother March, and that's Sunday, October 1st. All right. Now, I don't know if it's here on St. Croix or there on St. Thomas or both places at the same time, but definitely mothers, the foundation of the home. Yes, the ones who are out there doing that hard work, whether it's out on the job or on the raising of the children or any other aspect of making community all that it is. All right? But I know one thing for sure. There's no love like a mother's love. And in the case of loss, there's no loss like a mother's loss. Million Mothers March. You're interested in learning more about it? Well, right now you can connect through Eventbrite by going to USVI Million Mother March 3.eventbrite.com. That's all I got for you. Find it on the internet. And hey, sign up, spread the word, anything to make it a success in the most positive of ways. All right, good thing. Now, the film industry workforce training program that I saw by Cane Bay Films is now accepting application. Opportunity for you to gain an immersive training experience under the tutelage of prestigious award-winning Hollywood film industry professionals and head crew. Okay, now they have application deadlines here for the September 27th, and the program runs through October 2nd through October 31st. But when you hear application deadlines, there's something that people think about, you know, and they reach for their back pocket and see, you know, if there's anything left there, right? Okay, well, let me read straight here from something that's here, right? Okay. Cane Bay Films LLC's Film Industry Workforce Training Program offers free 11th Commandment evening classes and is open to all. Territory-wide, ages 18 and up. Space is limited. Let them know when you get your space that they heard it here on WSTX. All right? Follow your passion. You're interested in the film industry, whether it be at the production side or sound side or, you know, editing, whatever the case may be, sounds like the place to be. All right. Good thing. And folks, 3 months ago when I started talking about this, 4 months ago when I started talking about this, it seemed so far away, but here we are. It's September. Yesterday was August, and the day before that was July. So, You got a Cross Island Biking Challenge coming up October 6th through the 8th. It's right around the corner now. All right? And they're doing it, yes, as part of their contribution in the fight against cancer. All right? October 6th through the 8th. Yes, the 2023 St. Croix Cross Island Biking Challenge. All right, check it out. Okay? Now, the last thing, I think, well, second to last. Bush Cook, Chef Cook coming up here, October 20th. All right, so whether you want to just observe or partake, take the children out and see what's going on, mark your calendar. And then there's also Barktoberfest that's going on the 21st. Yes, Barktoberfest. All right, good thing. All right, and I want to stop there, but there's one last one I will get in. Save the date, folks. Caribbean Green Technology Center and VI Energy Office is having their second annual energy fair. And it looked like I'm going. Even though it ain't St. Thomas. Why? Because, hey, what is the future of energy in the Virgin Islands? It impacts all of us. I know just about everybody. 99.99999% of the people will tell you they got beef with WAPA, right? So what is the future of energy here in the Virgin Islands? And that's just WAPA. We got other things to think about. Are we going to make the move to electric cars? You know, or what's the plan? You got to plan. You got to be prepared. You can't just let it happen and then you get caught on the back foot. Okay? So that's coming up October 28th. Yep. In St. Thomas, as the St. Thomas USVI Sports and Fitness Center. All right? So, folks, we done covered a whole lot of stuff in the community calendar today. I hope that in it all, you found something that you want to participate in and be the special ingredient that makes things happen here in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yeah. All right. Good thing. Okay. Well, Mr. Daniels, next time you come in my station, you make sure you bring me some music so I can, you know, hear that sax play and be able to tell everybody, you know, that's our own, you know. Okay? You see that doing his thing, boom, boom, boom. But hey, he ain't no one-trick pony. This man got skills. He got skills, all right? And he going to share one of them with us here today as soon as we come back from our thing here, okay? Every time I think I got to break, something get me. So, we got to give kudos to those people who make this station pop by advertising here and otherwise bringing their community-minded events to this station. See you in a minute.
Giving you more music variety. This is AM 970 WSTX.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, Dad.
You should tell people that if they want their sales to increase and their business to succeed, they should advertise on WSTX AM and FM.
That's a great idea. I got the perfect way to say it. Give me a second to organize my thoughts. Hey, everybody. If you want your sales to increase and your business to succeed, you should advertise at WSTX AM and FM.
That's pretty good, Josh.
Thanks, Dad. For more information, email us at wstxradio@gmail.com or call us at 970-812-9789. That's 970-812-WSTX.
One thing I know about VIP people. Oh Lord, anywhere in the world we go, we just represent the yellow eagle.
Liberty is proud to connect Virgin Islanders to what matters most, locally and around the world, by offering the reliable mobile net trust and expanding access to true fiber internet. Because the most important network of all are the people we serve.
I am Liberty VI.
Visit libertyvi.com. Liberty, your world, better connected.
Dr. Waddy is back on St. Croix and is now seeing patients in the new, clean, and spacious offices at Agape Wellness and Wound Care in Clifton Hill, across from Central High School. Comprehensive care for the entire family. Those with insurance and self-paying, no one will be turned away. We need to see all our old patients and welcome new ones, as it's our quest to put care back into healthcare at Agape Wellness and Wound Care with Dr. Waddy and his professional staff. And we're dedicated in providing the highest quality care for all patients of all ages. Located next to the original Pentecostal Church, Clifton Hill, St. Croix. Accept all insurance. Telephone 340-778-1932. Dr. Waddy is back.
AM 970, WSTX, Christiansted, Frederickstead, and the Virgin Islands.
We back?
Yeah, we are back.
The music is off?
The music is off. OFF, yes.
So,
All
Mr.
right.
Daniel.
Well, before he gets started.
Welcome to the studio.
Well, okay, all right. So, welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
I give you that.
Thank you for having me.
All right. Anyhow, your phone rings and it's somebody you're looking for. You know, we're here, there, and everything. What's the first thing you say to them? Where you at? Where you at? Okay. And I use that as we segue here into our guest with us here today, Lucia Daniels, fantastic saxophonist, and many of you know him. Many of you just had the pleasure just sauntering to the location and seeing who is he. Boom, boom, boom. It's like, let me know where they're playing again, all right? But like I said, the guy got skills and all kinds of talents and into other things and is deep. So, welcome to WSTX, sir.
Thank you again.
All right, good thing, good thing. And we have him in here today as the author. So I'm going to let you take the floor and run with it from there, okay?
Sure. Well, good morning to the WSTX listeners, and I so appreciate the opportunity of being able to use this platform to promote the launch of the e-book version of Where You At, which is actually has been released on Amazon Kindle as we speak. Once you go on the Amazon site and you type in where you at, then you should be able to get it at the discount price of 99 cents. I think that price is it's a limited time where you could get it at that price, maybe another couple hours or so. Encourage your friends. It's a book that I would say it's like a synopsis or my spirituality in a nutshell. Having been brought up here in the Virgin Islands in St. Croix to Christian family and being raised as such, and later on having aspiration to travel to Israel and having studied with the Hebrew Israelites of Dimona, Israel, and returning here and having a great relationship with the local Rastafarian culture and just everyone in general. I have family who are also atheists, and we've had many high-level discussions on spirituality. And when we speak of spirituality, unfortunately, our spirituality, as we say it, is based on some type of religious idea, whether it be Christianity, Islam, or Judaism. And in saying that, I would venture to say that was our first introduction to any type of moral codes or morality, teaching us how to be respectful to one to another and do unto others as you would have done unto yourself, which is the premise of most religion. And I think that is what the attraction to us as human beings, because we have an innate thing inside of us that we want to do right by one another, because the to not do that is conflict. And I would venture to say, and what I'm suggesting in this book, it's a 16-page book, easy read. I call it my TikTok booklet, because I heard the saying over and over again. It's almost like a proverbial saying: you want to hide anything from black folks, you put it in a book. So I had that in mind when I wrote this. I certainly didn't want it to make it any volumes and volumes.
Well, but there's a very good strategy to that also, because in this world today of social media, if you take too long, boop, they go on to the next page, the next whatever, and so that's a great strategy for making sure that you can plant that seed and at least give them the opportunity to say, I want to know more.
That's right. That's right.
Exactly. All right. So I was holding up the book so that the folks are catching it on the camera. Okay, so they have an idea of the I like the use of this graphics. You're being mischievous today here, right? Okay, because when we look to up in the sky, we go up to Point Udall on a dark, cloudless night, and just stare up at the sky, and you see the wonders of the universe and all that we can't even yet grasp about it. In that context, it lets you know that, at least it lets me know that spirituality is something bigger in that sense. But when you talk about the foundation, the things that a lot of things we learn, instead of being kind to each other and everything else, and even down to good morning, good afternoon, all that, very often, these things came through religion in some way, form, or fashion. And I remember back in the day, in Sunday school done and the church service start, and of course, back then the church service is very much oriented toward adults. So us children can't keep still. I mean, worse now that we have all these sugar babies around that definitely can't keep still. But back in the day, and back in the day, the elder would just turn and give you that look, and you'll be still for a while. And give you that look. Anyhow, back to you.
For a while.
To the end of the
No. It didn't work like that. It didn't work like that for me. I mean, I know a few folks got hauled out and got disciplined outside of church because it didn't work but so long.
No, I didn't want the embarrassment. At a young age, I know what embarrassment was.
But even back then, it had those who didn't.
Yeah, I know it was. I didn't want no part of that.
When Granny get involved.
Oh, yeah.
No, you see, my mother, and then have to go home and face my father. No, I wasn't having that.
Yeah, folks. Where you at? Back to you.
So then the language or the verbiage that is being used is much familiar to the religious community. However, in speaking to people of the non-religious community, like I said, I have family members who are atheists, and I was told that to be such is just simply means that you don't subscribe to that whole idea or concept of a deity, which is what God is. A God is a deity, in which this deity comes with a set of morals that impacts human beings, whether for the good or bad, blessings and curses, depending if you adhere to these morals, code or not. What I'm suggesting in this writing, although the language is familiar, like I say, to the religious community, because I came out of that doctrination, and now that I see it for what it is, I understand that morals and common human decency is not. The church or the religious theocracy does not have a monopoly on it. In fact, I venture to say that it started, before we had any inclination of a theocracy or ideas of these deity as it's being prescribed through theocracy. And in the writing, I'm actually suggesting that we go further back. We go before Constantine, we go before the religious ideas, We go to ancient civilization where from so many great accomplishment, monumental human accomplishment, the pyramids and, ancient Babylon and so many great things that was done. And I would say that it definitely was not done from a place of ignorance. It had to have some form of intelligence, and in saying that, I would also say that, I feel our first inclination, our first concept of any type of humanity started with us acknowledging our ignorance. And from us being able to acknowledge the ignorance, and when I say ignorance, I'm talking in terms of, unless you are a hermit living in the hills and not associating with other human beings, but the minute you decide you want to coexist with other humans, something you say or something you do is going to rub each other the wrong way. And in doing so, you have to now devise ways in how not to keep repeating that, because if it escalate, then somebody gonna hurt somebody. So then you sit, not arbitrarily, but as a dictator, but you come together with that person, that fellow human being, and you devise methods, whether you want to call it moral codes or parameters, in which you don't repeat, errant mistakes that would cause you to want to hurt one another. And by you all holding each other accountable to that which you all formulate or come up with, then you're able to now evolve somewhat of a collective social evolution of coming together through observation of not only your interaction with each other, but also nature. And again, has nothing to do with religion, but something, trial and error process of learning, growing pains, of how do we evolve, how do we get to a point of being able to do great things, by making certain we don't have a set of codes or a set of values that protect us from ourselves.
Yeah, and as a general proposition, it works well, and when it's not working, more often it can be traced to where someone has kind of bogarted in and taken control and tried to impose their particular way of looking at things. We got plenty of examples of that in our world. I mean, up to the other day, some women couldn't drive because somehow the other would be a great affront, from a religious perspective, so forth and so on. And some of us know how to and have learned how to focus on spirituality as opposed to the man-made structures and entities and institutions that sometimes have an interest that tends to either muddle or somehow twist things in the direction of their particular sense of being in control. And it's so funny. I was driving on the road the other day, and my mind went to the Bible, and a lot of these religions are thinking about somehow or the other only men can be in a position of being a vessel for reaching other people, so to speak. And then you have the concept that folks who are in that type of position have to be celibate. And when you say the word celibate, a lot of people might run straight to sex. Not celibate in that sense, as in you have a partner. Okay, and I said, but the good book said man was not meant to be alone. And I'm saying, well, so how did we get here? And that's just an example of an institution, and they're setting up their rules and whatever, and said, well, you know what?
Man-made rules.
We're going to make our rules anyhow, and we'll deal with the cognitive dissonance another time.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, but no, I appreciate, and as I flip through what I have here, I see some interesting things.
There's some illustrations that I'm actually suggesting the graphics that you see here in the back. I'm calling it the eternal metaphysical scale of hierarchy. And for those of you who know what a hierarchy is or don't know what a hierarchy is, it's a ranking system much like, in the corporate world, you have the top of that hierarchy would be the CEO, and then you have president, vice president, manager, supervisor, and so on, all the way to the, janitor or what have you. And if it's a military, the top of that hierarchy would be a general, and so on and so forth. So what I'm suggesting, where did these concepts come from? Everything in life, everything in our human existence has been inspired through observation of nature, like the calendars. We create time and we months and years and all of that. Through studying the cycle of the earth, the moon, the stars, and all of that. Even almanacs, by coming out of a hunter-gatherer primitive culture, to the agriculture, where we learn how to irrigation and getting better use out of our crops and better harvest. So we evolved in such a way just by observing and studying nature. Now, as far as the hierarchy is concerned, I'm suggesting that where did these concepts come from? Whether it be religious based or something that was used to create a social structure in an empire, dynasty, or a social structure in which we are used to today. I'm suggesting that, that through the images that are being used, and without giving it away, that everything started somewhere. Everything has an origin. Everything has a source. And I had a conversation with my eldest son one day, and he said something that I felt was profound. And it was relating to God, how we use the word God. And, so many different, whether it's Islam, Allah, Christians, Jesus, and, so on and so forth. And the walls that are put up, as a result of everybody trying to define what has already defined itself. My son said, the minute you start to define something that has already defined itself, I am that I am, you know what I'm saying? Then you could only put your own twisted version to what it is. If anything, if you was to ask someone, so who are you? And they responded, I am that I am. Now, that's very vague, ain't it? It's not really telling you anything about that person, unless you ask, so what do you mean by I am that I am? And then you may want to guess at it, but then still that person have to either validate or verify whether you're correct. No, that's not what I mean by I am that I am, or what have you. But so as it relates to what we call the creator, and this being a very ancient Hebraic concept of how we are to conceptualize I am that I am, not he, she, Father God, all these different definitions that we give what has already defined itself. And as a result of us seizing the power to define what has already defined itself, we create more conflict because everybody feel they have the right to do. You see, so then you create more conflict that way. So through observation, that vagueness of I am that I am, can be made more clear by just observing the many ways in which I am that I am have expressed itself throughout the universe. The stars, the planets, the earth, the ocean, the trees, including human beings, and whether and those that go beyond mortals or mortality, whatever way that I am have expressed itself, it is what it is. It's to just acknowledge that you are part of that expression.
Well, the human, as human beings, there's a song I like to play on here called Human Nature. As human beings, there's certain things that I see in my short existence in this time. This need to explain everything is something I think innate. You just want to explain, get an explanation, and sometimes you have those who want to take control of what the explanation is. The challenge with that is today we have this book banning thing that's going on. Okay, and it's no different in the sense that we hear about the Bible and the books that aren't in the Bible that belong to the Bible. And I see you mention Enoch and Methuselah, and And knowledge, I say a little bit of knowledge is dangerous. I say a little bit of knowledge is room to get more. That's the way I choose to look at it. But of course, there are those who attribute their sense of importance, prominence, and control to limiting knowledge. And what I like about what you said and what I see here is all about, hey, keep an open mind and think. And, it's not because it's your idea that means that it's the right thing, or not because it's their idea that it's the wrong thing. But to seek knowledge, and sometimes if you just be still and observe, things will be revealed in the process. The same thing as when you go to I'll take you back to Point Udall again, and you look up at that sky. It didn't just get there. Something happened. We don't quite understand it all, and who knows? We never understand it all in this lifetime. As knowledge is something that evolves. We went from being falling off the flat Earth, to where we are today. So, what was your inspiration? What drove you to doing this book?
Right.
You take the words out of my mouth.
Again, it has a lot to do with, my spiritual evolution and the questions that came with that, some of which were not being answered, and when I was a young Christian, growing up here in St. Croix, and led me all the way to Israel. And even in that quest or that pilgrimage to find something about myself that I really didn't know exactly what I was searching for, but I knew I would recognize it once I saw it. And it was about the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth. And I thought by, becoming a Hebrew Israelite that would make me that which I was searching for. Then I've come to realize that, wait a minute, I was searching for my humanity, something that we were deprived of because of colonialism, something that we were robbed of through slavery and being sold as an auction block, 3/5 of a man, and having to come out of that whole slave mentality, like Bob Marley said, emancipate yourself from mental slavery. And coming to the point of acknowledging what would that look like. Yes, emancipate yourself from, but what would it look like? What would an emancipated person sound like? What should an emancipated person be caught doing? So those are some of the things that drove me to start formulating, the thoughts that was just swimming around my head. Even before going to Israel this last time, I just recently came back, took a 11-day trip to Israel. And upon coming back, for the first 2 nights, I guess you could call it jet lag, I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was so wired, I know I wasn't going to go back to sleep anytime soon. So I said, you know what, these thoughts that's been swimming around in my head for so long, I think this would be a good time to, start putting pen to paper and start, structuring these thoughts. So by the time I look around, it was 6 o'clock in the morning. I spent 4 hours just writing stuff. The next night, same thing happened. Woke up around same time, 2 o'clock, and I started doing the rough editing. And then from that point, it was just like fine-tuning until now we're holding the results of those thoughts. And the inspiration came as a result of, like I said, me challenging myself, first of all, by asking the question, where you at? Where am I at? And coming up with a spiritual hierarchy, with some illustrations. And you'll have to get the book in order to see, the inspiration behind the hierarchy, the spiritual, or what I'm calling the metaphysical hierarchy. There's a challenge, and there's some answers because I put them in order with some symbols. In the back of the book, there's the answers in the back, but in the beginning of the book, there's actually a challenge to see if you can match the names, which are some of them are biblical character. You mentioned Enoch. Enoch is my star character. I refer to Enoch as the supreme role model. Unlike the role models that we see on the media, Hollywood, and the Rihanna and the Beyoncés and all these, that we're supposed to aspire to be. Everybody want to, have a video that goes viral. Everybody is into the TikTok and all of these things. But for me, Enoch is the role model. Because why Enoch? And the book explains that. Enoch as a character based on his biography, whether you now I'm not selling this as true or false, fiction, non-fiction, because I know we are different places where the concepts are concerned, because we're talking about the Bible or referencing the Bible, but I'm not suggesting it as a religious thought,
right?
Because although the language might be familiar, but I think I'm going to lose a lot of Christian or religious people by what I'm suggesting in this, because I'm not mentioning Jesus or being saved by the blood of the Lamb and all those different religious ideas. I'm saying that we are Enoch. In fact, Enoch is much like us. Same challenges. He grew up in a time in ancient civilization. Again, true or false, fiction, non-fiction, but take sense out of nonsense. There's a lot of wisdom that you can incorporate in your own self-development and your quest for becoming a better version of yourself by really looking and seeing how Enoch was able to, and I see a lot of parallel actually. Enoch was able to look into his society, look into his community, and see all the decadence and the degeneracy and the corruption, and decided I want no part of it. Much like someone who grew up in a ghetto and see all the drug pushers, the gangs, the prostitutes, and say, there ain't no way that I'm going to be going on a street corner and pushing dope to my own people. I want to make a difference. Well, that was Enoch. Want to make a difference. Then you see some of those brothers in the ghetto, whether Compton or whatever, they rap their way out the ghetto. They become great athletes. The Williams sisters. The father took them to making certain that they did not fall part of that statistics. But they became what I call giants, celebrity. Well, I use the expression giants in here. But really, not in the sense of like size, but giant in the sense of intellect and recognition, notoriety, and so many of us made it out of those type of situations that were looked at as very low base situation that those people did not allow that. Their circumstances or their surrounding to define themselves. They made a difference. Enoch made a difference. He did it through study, through isolating himself in solitude at some point, and actually not allowing himself to fall victim to that degeneracy and the vanities of that.
Well, I really like and latch on to the words that you said. Not let your circumstances define you. To defy that and do something different, and we have that ongoing challenge here in the Virgin Islands, even in the secular side of things. We have that ongoing. We can't let WAPA define us. Something is going.
Tell me about it.
He's slipping WAPA right there.
You know what I mean?
But I say that in the sense that we're here having this discussion, and very often we will get a call, and it's about the problems. Yeah. It's about the things. It's about the corruption. It's about this, and the question that should be implicit to everyone as they talk, or that they're considering in their mind as they talk about these things is, well, what you gonna do about it, or what are you gonna do to make a difference? How are you gonna uplift in some way that's going to take us to another level in that sense. Going back to Enoch, I've done my share of reading on a small scale, and I'm not counted myself in as well-read people. Enoch/Methuselah and their impact. And the reality is that most people don't have a clue, idea, whatever. They haven't really read that far. And I'm saying as a child out of curiosity, I read in the beginning what's the word, and all through all this stuff, and I still haven't gotten my answer where dinosaurs fit in, for instance, right? But I'm not left empty or lost because I don't have an answer to that question. The answer is there. It just has not come to me in that context. And I just, we hear in 7 days, the guy finally got a chance to get some rest. Like, maybe he had jet lag. I don't know. But the bottom line for me, when I look at all these things, is that they're speaking in a kind of symbolic way, because while I would not put it past a deity in what we attribute to a deity to do so much in 7 days or even just one, I know in our existence, and we're always digging up the ground and we're always finding this, that totally redefining what we know of ourselves as just Homo sapiens, much less whatever may have come before. That it has to tell you that that there is always so much more to learn, and that spirituality is something that moves with the expansion of what you learn. In that sense, it's not stuck like, okay, all of us, there's a bend in the road and it's like you already passed, you got to go back, and whatever the case may be. So where you at? Yes, I've been trying to find you all day long. Where you at? And we've got a book, Where You At, that's being published today, Kindle. Okay, I'm not as tech savvy as this guy. Okay,
he has a disability.
Yes.
Okay.
Remote.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm not tech savvy as this guy, but I have a question about the Kindle format. Okay, in that sense. So, I don't have a Kindle.
Okay.
So
you can
that,
put it on your phone.
I'm trying to get there. You want me to talk with you about it? Okay, I'm going to talk with you about it. Okay.
I'm testing.
This is not for me. We're talking to an audience out there.
But I was going to get there, but you're taking everything I got in my head out of my head.
Okay, I'm done.
Yes.
Jared, it's your show. I'm done.
The disability side of the show is mine.
It's yours.
Why are you going there, Doug?
I don't give up, Jared. It's yours. Actually, it belongs to him, so come good.
Well, it's his show, but the book is his. No. I'm going to challenge you.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes.
Since you like challenges.
Yes.
Okay, this is a paperback book. Right? Okay, one thing, one program we was trying to do is get all local authors to register with the NLS, which is the National Library Service.
Okay.
Because we have what you call a talking book library here.
Oh.
Okay, for people like myself who's visually impaired.
Okay.
Okay, they will read the book, put the book in audio form, and I'll be able to go to the library and get it. I have listened to you about the synopsis of the book, and it seems like a very good read. I love to read.
Okay.
And that's a book that I would love to read.
Thank you.
You started by saying that you're going to have launching the ebook today as well, which is going to be used on the Amazon Kindle. Right? Okay, the Kindle, there's a Kindle that looks almost like a tablet. Right, Doug?
I don't know. You're the expert. No. You don't.
A
You don't do me like that. I said no.
Kindle is like a tablet, right? And you can go. It's Amazon Kindle. You can get the ebooks off of Amazon on the Kindle for a subscription, of course. And then you can get the Kindle app on your iPad and on your phone. And you could use your Apple phone. I don't know about the Android yet. I'll do my research and find out if they have one for the Android. But for the Apple products, you can get a Kindle app on the phone, and it will read the books to you. If you're visually impaired or not.
Right.
Okay, and with the once you have it in the Kindle, and you have the Amazon Echo, it will actually read it to you through the Echo. So, you know, technology-wise, it's there once you're using the Kindle. But the problem is not everybody who's visually impaired have those devices. So, to the person that don't have those devices, whether it be because of financial reasons or just not tech savvy enough, the Talking Book Library will work for them. So that's why I always try to get, and you can get in touch with the Talking Book Library at 718.
This is here local.
Right here locally,
Okay.
right in
I'll get that information.
right in Golden Rock. Yeah, you can speak to the librarian, and she can tell you how to get in touch with the National Library Service, and be able to register your books online, and they will. I'm not sure how they transfer it. They have someone read it. We've been trying to have local people read the local books, because some of the language in there, like some local authors write the books with the dialogue. You know, people from away is not gonna understand the dialogue, so they might how you say it? Pronounce it
the
funny.
dialect, you mean
yeah,
the way our
dialect,
accent.
dialect, yeah,
Yeah, our
They-
accent. Okay.
yeah,
The
they might
Crucian, that Crucian twang.
yeah, that Crucian twang. They might
Okay.
they might
They might-
pronounce it,
Okay.
you know, wrong. You know, so we try, you know, so that's one of the things we were working on. I'm not sure how far they're getting with that, but I'll check in with the librarian to see what's the progress on that as well.
Certainly.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
thank that.
you're done with the show jacket now?
You guys are too much.
We try to be. We try to be.
See how you
I sense I walked into a marriage here. a long-term marriage.
We have fun. We have fun. We have fun.
He's my good friend.
I see that.
But just so you can't forget the good old-fashioned Crucian directions. Okay, the Talking Books Library. You know, when you head in Golden Rock and you going toward the court from Christiansted toward the court.
Okay.
You know that there's a right-hand turn you could take. Used to take you down to the place Breezes.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. As you make that right-hand turn right there, right on your right, that's the Talking Books Library in the Vitraco Mall.
That's where human service, right in front of where human service.
Right. Human service is no longer
It's
right.
no longer there. Right.
No longer
They used to be
the
behind.
very first building on the corner.
Around the corner. Right
Vitraco
there.
Mall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where McDonald's.
Human service would be the second building.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got.
But as you're buying the corner,
Mm-hmm.
the Talking Book Library is right there. You
Right
can see
there.
the long ramp that leads up to the door.
Okay.
You know, and you just
Got it.
park a little below
Mm-hmm.
and walk up, and you walk up the ramp, and as you reach the door opens for you automatically, and you go in, and you say, "Can I speak to Nina Garcia?"
Oh, okay.
You know, she's a librarian, and
Right.
you
Okay.
know,
Cool.
she'll let you know what's up.
Okay.
Thank you for that insight.
All
you know.
right. Good thing.
But
Good thing.
I always try to get like I said, the local artists to get their books in there, because I mean, we read a lot of books, but we don't read our local books. You know. So
Gotcha.
All right, and this is a service that they you know, when 50 Shades of Grey was hot, you know, and some people in that library were telling me about 50 Shades of Grey. I said, okay,
Man, you coulda seen
but you
steam.
can't see, so how you know what the Shades of Grey
The
are?
steam was coming through the speaker.
Okay, all right. I tell you, never underestimate the things that the human brain is capable of doing. All right, and we come full circle to the book. Where You At? Okay, as written by Mr. Yoshia Daniel. And, switch screens here and hold it up real quick here so that folks can see. All right. Okay. I'm a Trekkie kind of guy, a space. I'm interested in all things that have to do with space, including anything that is illuminating of understanding that other aspect of the world that we live in. The world we live in, you go out into space and there's so much we don't know, and go down into the sea and it's like, okay, it's getting kind of dark here. I can't see. It look like got seagrass. You know, got other people ain't going to no seagrass, right? and everything. There's so much in there we don't know, and sometimes we don't even venture to want to know, or some of us don't. There's so much to learn. I want to wish you all success in terms of folks embracing this and giving it that read, and also the success in terms of the fact that it's a book and it's a economic venture in addition to everything else that it brings out.
Absolutely, 99 cents. You know, you can't beat it. After I think by about 11, actually, yeah, between 10 o'clock. I just got this from my, let me say this in closing. I'll read this from the agency that's part of my bestseller campaign. And she just sent me this. She said, download it to your computer, then you should be able to send it. The key is for people to purchase, download, and flip to the end, then review. I will be monitoring the account until I can get a snapshot of the ranking in each country link used. This will also determine if you made the international bestseller. I told her I know people in Israel who want to help support. If someone purchasing multiple copies, they have to send the links out and have the persons download and flip to the end as well for us to get the credit. It's all about ratings.
No, but that's important.
Yeah.
That's important because so many people, and just for the audience out there, what they're saying is like, hey, imagine if you go into a store and you're gonna to look in a book. If you flip to the back of the book and then flip back to the front, that somehow magically is gonna tell. Add the statistics about how many people are interested in the book.
Right.
That's all it is.
Yeah,
the
that's
instructions
all it is.
there in that sense, statistics.
Yeah.
And a lot of people make their purchase based on what they see trending.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's what the bestseller is all about.
Exactly.
It's all about the hype. It's about ratings. The algorithms or whatever they call it.
Yeah. Right.
That's
all that
what
good
it's.
stuff.
That's all it is.
No.
So question.
I appreciate and the verbiage. Like I said, we may not all I agree with because of the language that's being used. That is not really a key factor right here. What's what I would like indulge me by looking at the illustrations and see if you could place where you at in that hierarchy based on what I'm suggesting, and if that is done then the book would have served its purpose. Also, the book is supposed to start and stimulate high level conversation that is not religiously based. You may reference religion like we have in this conversation. In fact, this is one of those discussions. We're actually engaging in what it is that the book is supposed to do, is to let you be able to talk about spirituality, from a standpoint of learning from each other, and observation is the operative word, because in science that's what it's all about. Just by me sharing this book,
insist in the process that whatever you write has that intended audience of folks who can understand the dialect, that you opt to go that extra mile to do that, and if necessary have two versions for those who can't quite follow in that sense. They have a version that they can follow also, because in the world of technology and digital, it's so easy to do without adding expense, in that sense. I really appreciate you coming in here today.
Thank you.
Okay, but I don't serve notice already. Next time, bring the sax.
Will do. Hopefully, it will be a whole nother show, a whole nother.
Discussion. Yeah. I got some ideas for things that we can do in this place. I got to clear them with Josh, but this place isn't that small to say that we can put some people in here and have a musical conversation in the course of the conversation as part of driving home the message. There's so much to learn about the music that we play and listen to that is a vehicle for conversation. So don't be too surprised if I manage to horn the whole band in here with a plan of what we're going to talk about and which representative songs you're going to have to give us a couple of measures in the process. Okay. All right. Good thing.
Thank you.
Good thing.
Thank you again.
My pleasure.
So be sure, to your audience, be sure that you go on Amazon as soon as possible. Don't procrastinate,
That's
because
right.
then the price is going to go up, and 99 cents is a steal of a deal.
All right.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
I'm going to get on there.
All right then. Thank
All
you.
right. Good thing. Have a great day.
Likewise.
All right. Thanks for coming again. Okay.
Yes, folks, only on WSTX. All right, we've got it going on just for you because, of course, you are the special ingredient that makes it all happen. All right, now, speaking of making things happen, we've got about 5 minutes more.
5?
Yeah.
4.
4? No, man. I'm going by the clock on the wall. You have your own clock. I'm going by the clock on the wall. They can't kick me out of this seat when the clock on the wall says I got that
5
time. Okay?
Say 9:55. So.
Yes. But I'm going to play something for you folks here for a quick minute. The St. Croix Lions Club and the Virgin Islands Association for Independent Living invite you to join them for their annual White Cane Safety Day activities, Friday, October 13, 2023 at 10 a.m. at the Eliza McBean Clock Tower in Frederiksted. There will be presentations on the history and use of the white cane and an appreciation walk with the blind on the streets of Frederiksted. Mark your calendar, Friday, October 13th at 10 a.m. See you there. Yeah, folks, we want to see you there. All right, especially the appreciation walk. Yes, okay. I'll be having my video camera out there to make sure that you know, it's like I can't get blindfolded to do that part of the appreciation because I gotta navigate the camera. Okay,
Man.
That's my excuse. So yeah, you thought you had me, right?
Thought I had you, man. I wanted to blindfold you so bad, man.
Oh Lordy B, I telling you.
I gotta get somebody to walk the camera so I can blindfold you.
Okay, all right. Well, you know, it's one of those things. We had a very interesting day today, and thank goodness we've got it all recorded so that we can share it with those folks after the fact. It's been such a great day, but you know what? I haven't done my duty for island and country, and I don't want Sarge to dock me. So I'm gonna let us close out here on this upbeat note. Yes, our crucial hug up, our crucial embrace of culture and people who can appreciate partaking and even contribute to the evolution thereof. So, Sarge, I'm doing my time.
Watch now. Image. We back again. We got another little quick bit for you. Balance it. Aye. You thought it was good the first time? Man, we had so much fun, we will do it again. Hello, my people. How you doing today? It's been a long time coming, what I have to say. Look at our culture, things are not the same. Let's not sit down and do nothing while it go down the drain. Please help me. Let's jump on the masqueraders, the musician and mass makers, all the way. Hey. Look around, the hearts are dying. We must prevent this from happening. Start today. Fight for your culture, work for your culture, enjoy your culture. Together, worship your culture, learn from your culture, stay with your culture forever. When it comes to eating, I just feel so shame. All these European dishes, I just can't explain. What happened to Fungi? dumpling and Johnny cake, yam dashing and sweet potato, cassava and plantain. Help me.